I didn't know my life was about to split cleanly in two until the moment my husband smiled at me like I was already a stranger. Not angry, not nervous, just polite the way people smile when they've already decided you don't matter. I was 7 months pregnant, tired in that deep, bone-level way pregnancy gives you standing in a room full of people who thought they were here for a celebration. What they got instead was a public execution of a marriage. And yeah, I was the one on the block. My name is Elena Brooks, and for most of my life I was the kind of woman people underestimated without even realizing they were doing it. Quiet voice, simple clothes, the one who listened more than she spoke. I married Caleb Hart, a man who loved ambition the way some people love oxygen. He worked for Vanessa Cole, a powerful executive with money influence and a reputation for turning people into tools. I thought Caleb was driven. I didn't realize he was hollow. That night, Caleb took the microphone meant for a toast, tapped it once like he was testing a weapon, and said, "I'm filing for divorce." Effective immediately. Elena has become a liability. Liability. Not wife. Not the woman carrying his child. Liability. You know what I mean. It's amazing how one word can erase years of shared life. The room froze. Phones lifted. I felt my stomach tighten my baby shift like he sensed danger before I did. Vanessa stood beside Caleb, one manicured hand resting lightly on his back, not supportive, possessive. Like she was already rewriting my role in the room. To them, I was background noise. To myself, I was still trying to understand how I got there. A week earlier, my phone had rung while I was folding tiny baby clothes, the kind you don't realize are heartbreakingly small until you're holding them. A calm voice. Bundy said my mother, Ruth Brooks, had passed away suddenly. No long illness, no warning, just gone. I remember saying thank you out of habit, then sitting on the edge of the bed wondering how the world could look exactly the same when something so big had disappeared from it. When I told Caleb, he barely looked up. "I've got a board review coming up," he said. "Can we not do this right now?" That was his way of saying my grief was inconvenient. I swallowed it like I always did. I'd been swallowing things my whole life. My mom raised me quietly. We moved often. Modest places, no luxury. She never talked about money, never showed stress, but she was meticulous about paperwork, about privacy. Once, when I was a teenager, I asked why she trusted no one with her mail. She smiled and said, "People judge you by what they think you have not, by who you are." I didn't get it then. I do now. Back to the night of the announcement. After Caleb spoke, no one clapped, but no one stopped him either. Silence can be louder than shouting. I tried to step forward just to say something, anything, but security shifted in front of me. Not rough, just firm. "Ma'am, please step back, ma'am." Like I was a stranger crashing my own life. Then it escalated fast. Too fast. My suitcase appeared by the front door, then another. Someone had gone upstairs. Someone had decided I was already gone. And there was Vanessa standing in the doorway of my house wearing my cardigan, adjusting the sleeve like she'd always owned it. "You'll need to take your things," she said lightly. "We'll handle the rest." I laughed, not because it was funny, but because my brain didn't know what else to do. "I need my medical bag," I said. "I'm pregnant." Caleb rolled his eyes. "You always make things dramatic." When he grabbed my arm, it wasn't hesitation. It was frustration. The slap that followed wasn't loud enough to shock the crowd, just sharp enough to hurt. And no one stepped in. Not one person. That silence told me everything. I left barefoot, dragging my suitcase across the driveway, my hand on my stomach, whispering to myself that I just had to keep moving. Across the street, a black car idled. I noticed it, but I didn't understand it yet. I sat in my car, shaking for a long time before I remembered my mother's old phone. The one she told me to keep charged just in case. I powered it on. One voicemail. From a law firm. "Ms. Brooks, please contact us regarding the estate of Ruth Brooks. You are the sole beneficiary." Sole beneficiary. The words didn't land right away. They just floated there. I drove to an address my mom once wrote on a scrap of paper and told me to keep safe. A law office. Plain, Quiet. The lawyer, Marianne Lowe, looked at my bruised arm, my swollen ankle, my stomach, and said, "Your mother anticipated this." That sentence knocked the air out of me. Here's the part that still feels unreal. My mother wasn't poor. She wasn't ordinary. She'd built and managed financial structures worth billions hidden behind trusts and legal walls. Quiet power, invisible on purpose. She left it all to me, with conditions, protections, and safeguards designed for exactly this kind of betrayal. And the black car, a private investigator. My mother had arranged it months earlier. Photos, videos, Vanessa signing for my mail, burning letters, emails coaching Caleb on how to make me look unstable, how to call me a liability without sounding cruel. It wasn't an affair, it was a strategy. The will reading was held in a small conference room. No drama, no stage, just truth on paper. Caleb walked in, confident arm brushing Vanessa's like they were already victorious. Then the numbers started. Millions, hundreds of millions, billions. When the attorney said my name and the final amount, Caleb laughed. One short, sharp laugh. Then he stopped when no one joined him. Vanessa stood up. "That's impossible." The attorney calmly asked her to sit down. Video played, emails displayed. The room shifted. This wasn't gossip. This was evidence. I stood. My voice didn't shake. I was called nothing I said, but I was everything you ignored. That was it. No speech, no revenge monologue, just truth. Court followed. Fast. Protective orders. Asset freezes. Caleb lost his job. Vanessa disappeared the moment consequences showed up. One text from her to him, leaked later, said it all. "Don't contact me again. Fix your own damage." Months later, I held my newborn son in a quiet hospital room. No cameras, no noise, just breath and warmth, and the realization that safety feels different from victory. I didn't feel rich. I felt free. Here's the part that still divides people. Some say justice was too harsh. Some say it wasn't harsh enough. Some say I should have forgiven. Others say I waited too long to stand up. That's why I'm telling this story. So let me ask you this. When someone is being erased in front of you, do you stay quiet because it's uncomfortable? Or do you step in because it's right? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you've ever been underestimated, misjudged, or made to feel small, remember this. Quiet doesn't mean weak, and silence doesn't mean empty. Sometimes it just means the truth is waiting for the right moment to speak.